Hi, welcome to Afterthoughts with Shannon
And Marquita.
And today we're talking Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Episode or season 1, episode 5, and this episode is titled Heart of Stone. And let's get right into the review.
Alright, you want to recap the episode and we'll just go along this?
It seems like to me this episode was a lot of wheeling and dealing going around, especially with the queen, or the Red Queen.
The Red Queen.
She'd be the Red Queen, and Jafar versus the other story, or the other characters in Wonderland. So the first deal that I think we see is... the first deal we see is going to be with the Red Queen, and she makes a deal with Alice. She wants Alice to go and get her some magic dust that will somehow protect her against Jafar. And in return, she'll let Alice know exactly where the tower, or Jafar's tower is, where Jafar is holding Cyrus, who's the genie, which is her boyfriend.
The love of her life.
The genie.
The genie. I know, it's weird when you think about it. I know. And Jafar.
So it's weird, and these characters are in Wonderland. But the second deal that we see being made is from Jafar to the White Rabbit. He wants the White Rabbit to work for him instead of the Red Queen so that he can get some more information about Alice. And he makes a deal with the the White Rabbit, saying to him that I'll, make sure your deal or your debt to the Red Queen is settled if you come work for me, and I need you to tell me who else in Wonderland Alice holds dear. So we know that the White Rabbit has been pretty much on the slide working for the Red Queen for the whole season, and Alice and Will just found out, I believe last episode, that he was, or the episode before that, he was working for the Red Queen, or for the Red Queen.
He's the one who sold him out in the first place. Right.
So he's kind of hesitant to take this deal with Jafar. So Jafar cuts off his foot and shows it to him.
Lucky rabbit's
foot.
It's
not so lucky for you, buddy. So I thought, I was not expecting that. I'm like, Disney, hello? Wow. So I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, that is intense for a Disney.
Yeah.
When you put it that way, like, what a twist.
I didn't expect that, because I was listening to it while I was taking my little notes, and then I heard a swipe, and I'm just like, oh, he bashed him upside the head. And then when I looked up, I see him holding the rabbit's foot, and I'm like, wow. So he pretty much tells him, you got a minute right now to decide what you're going to do. You're going to tell me, and I can heal you. So, of course, apparently the rabbit told him what he wanted to know, because the rabbit was all fine afterwards. So, those are the two deals that were pretty important in this episode. So now I guess we can get into some other details in this episode. And it starts off with Anastasia actually arguing with her sister. And Anastasia being the Red Queen before she went to Wonderland. She's arguing with her sister over the relationship that she has with Will, and the sister doesn't believe Will is good enough for her, and she'll never be anything or have anything by marrying Will. So that's why they end up going to Wonderland to start a life together, and it's supposed to be wonderful. But everyone knows that it's really Underland, not Wonderland. So it is what it is. Do you have any?
Actually, you know how I felt about Once Upon a Time. So, just in detail, Once Upon a Time to me has been a really kind of slow series so far. And I really never cared for the Red Queen at all. I don't like her. She's a very pretty woman. She's a beautiful woman. But it's so hard to see the prom queen as, well, okay, maybe a beauty queen as trying to be like an evil queen. When you have shows like Once Upon a Time, Regina carries it wonderfully. She's gorgeous, and you just believe it. It's really hard to believe with the Red Queen. But what I liked about this episode is it actually made me empathize for the Red Queen a lot. I completely understand her mindset. So, in general, to recap what you said, she was a beautiful young girl. She was involved with a thief, and her family did not approve and cut her off, and she still stayed with him. So that right there says a lot. They run away to Wonderland. They are still thieves. They break into the castle of the king and get caught and thrown out as thieves. Now, that right there, again, is another part that made me really empathize for the Red Queen. How mortifying.
She was pretty.
She was talking to the king. She looked amazing. He was into her. And she gets blasted out and dissed on and thrown out. And on top of that, she got a taste of what it would be like to not live how they live. So as all the love in the world is not going to keep you from always thinking about what's best for yourself. So she had that what am I doing moment, which we all have in our relationships.
Why am I with him?
What am I doing here?
Especially
how did I
after
get to
a
this?
king hits on you, and he wasn't bad looking. You know
this is what she's capable of, but she's slumming it on the streets with old boy. So those parts right there made me empathize for her a lot more. So now I kind of started feeling a little bit better about the character of the Red Queen, only because of those decisions and the mindset that she was in, which was a normal female mindset. So I really like that adding into the series. It took 5 episodes for me to get into anybody or care about any character in this, and finally I kind of care about the Red Queen. So
I've always liked the Red Queen. I guess at first her face was like weird to me because it's kind of squished in and she has really voluptuous lips.
It's like really bad Botox or something where she can't move or something.
And all of a sudden it just grew on me. Like, I don't know, I like her character a lot. I really do, and I love the way she looks, and of course I love the costumes. Whoever does costuming on Once Upon a Time and Once Upon a Time in Wonderland does an excellent job. Really does. So, jumping back into the story for this episode, we see Cyrus still locked in his cage in Jafar's tower, and he has cut a hole. Do you know how he cut that hole? It just seemed like it was light coming from his finger. So he offers the prisoner hanging next to him a way out also, but the guy pretty much refuses. So Cyrus goes ahead and escapes, and that's when he runs into the White Rabbit, who finally was on the side of good and allowed him to escape without notifying Jafar, whom he now works for. Forcibly so.
Against his own will. And it looks like they're on their way to the real world now to go get whoever it is Alice cares about. So that's a topic next week that's going to be highlighted, and that's a pretty interesting topic. You got White Rabbit and Jafar coming into the world to get some more commerce.
Oh, yeah. So that's probably, I think that's what he tells Jafar. The information who Alice cares about most is actually her father, in my opinion. It's going to be her father. He takes her to the real world. The White Rabbit takes Jafar to the real world to go kidnap her dad, I'm sure, to get Alice to make these wishes so that he can control, I guess, the third genie.
Yeah, they showed a preview of next week on Once Upon a Time, and that's what was in there.
So we find out also in this episode that the queen, or how she became queen. She actually became queen because it was her idea to go in after they were thrown out as thieves, to go in and steal the crown jewels. And it looks really easy for some reason.
Oh my gosh. So, just another example of why the show is so corny and the writing is so lame. A woman, no doubt, sorry, but a woman, peasant, okay, was able to break into a castle and go to the most unguarded part in the castle where all the crown jewels were held.
Displayed. Yeah.
And she was just able to open it and shop around.
She just kind of like chiseled it open with a knife, like, dude.
Because that's how easy it is to break into castles, you know. So it's writing like that makes me not able to really get into the story. It's just, it's such a thrown together version of Once Upon a Time, you know. It's like, give me a series and you have 1 week to do it, you know, and they're like, so it's things like that, and there's a lot of that in this show. So, and I mean, we knew what was going to happen. We knew what was going to happen the minute she said, "I have an idea. We're going to break into the." We already knew she was going to see the king. She was going to marry the king. Blah 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 blah. You know,
I'll be honest, I didn't really know that, but she knew that.
It's just so predictable, you know. Their backstories aren't as good as Once Upon a Time's backstories.
No, they're not. The flashbacks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You might hate the flashbacks on Once Upon a Time now. The flashbacks from season 1 and 2 were
exactly
really good.
When they show you how the characters became the characters.
Right.
So Once Upon a Time did it right.
So yeah, I did enjoy the flashback showing how the queen became the queen. So she gets caught stealing the jewels by the king, of course, and he pretty much asked for her hand in marriage because there's something about her. She knows she does what she needs to do in order to get the things she wants, and he admires that about her. So, you know, he's pretty much in her ear whispering sweet nothings like, you can, you know, have this, and I know. She's like, what if I love another? And he's pretty much like, well, I understand you love the dude, who, from the ball, but what can he offer you? Like, this, you were meant for something better, and you know it. He turns her to the mirror, and she looks at herself. He puts the crown on top of her head. I'd have been sold too.
Now, does this not sound a little familiar? Once Upon a Time fans.
Regina?
No, not Regina. Regina's mom. Cora's story. Does this not sound a little, immediately the first thing I was thinking was, this sounds a lot like the Miller's daughter. Yeah, like.
I didn't even think about that. Way connected.
Dude, that's all I can think. I was like, oh, now they're just, it was just, we've seen that before, done better.
Yeah.
So her story, I did like her story for the fact that I empathize for her now. Because I completely understand what it's like to be with a guy that you love, but you just know he's no good for you. It's only weighing you down. And you have to make those tough decisions. So I respect her for the decision she made. So now we know why she's queen. And I think it was an awesome story to why she was queen.
Yes. And we also, in these flashbacks, we see how she becomes queen, but we see how and why Will is the way he is. So
can you blame him?
He was outside waiting for her while she was stealing the crown jewels, and he was like, "What's taking so long?" And then all of a sudden, the trumpetsman, announces the king is going to make a speech, like while he's waiting for her, while she's stealing the jewels.
Stressing, like, dang,
she must have got callous on. So he announces, the king comes out. I want you to all meet your new queen, and comes out as Anastasia, decked out in jewels and just beautiful, and he's looking up at her like, are you kidding me? So, like, what do you do? How do you compete with that? So, he's been pretty much a dick, I guess, ever since then. Excuse my language. But...
Well, what was the name of the title
Heart
of
of
this
Stone.
episode? Heart of Stone. That's where that heart...
So she has a heart of stone. But, in actuality, she doesn't. She still deeply cares for Will because she actually used... Well... the mission that she sent Alice on, Alice, of course, has a pure heart, so she was able to retrieve this dust, this special dust. And the queen double crosses her, of course, and is like, I'm not showing you anything. So she pretty much, Alice stashes some dust for herself and gives the queen takes the bag the dust was in. And we see the queen go back to Will, who was turned to stone by Jafar last episode, and she actually, apologizes to him and, releases him from the stone, and then walks away before he knows who did it. And so then we shoot to Alice towards the end of the show, and she pretty much whispers, "Find me, Cyrus," and off goes the dust to reveal the actual location of Jafar's tower where Cyrus is hidden.
And trying to escape.
But
looks pretty impossible.
Supposedly.
Jafar even mentioned, if you think you can, what scares you in here, you would be more surprised at what you will see out there.
So you're pretty much lucky you didn't make it outside.
Yeah, because you really would have been grass. So now, and that's outside is where Cyrus is heading. So, altogether, it looks like we're finally getting to the point in the show where we're getting to the climax of the series. Everything's starting to roll. We see the queen still has a little bit of feelings for the knave.
She has a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
She has a lot, but she's a queen.
Love.
She's a queen. She came here with him. I just think, she has to maintain, and that's what the king told her. You have to maintain this.
It's like,
in order to
Castle
be royal,
Street.
You have to behave royal. So she's going. I don't know where her character is going to end up. She's probably going to end up being a good guy at the end. And this is only, I believe, a 1-season series. So it's just going to be 13 episodes, and we're going to get beginning and end, and then we're done. And I think you're excited about that.
Yes. I don't see it carrying on, the show, but that's what makes it good, because we know that it's going to end this season. And, you never know. She could have been like, I'm just going to make this money and come back, babe, and I get you out the streets and, and everything just fell apart. So her plan all along could be to fall back in love with him. Who knows?
Well, I just can't wait till she gets rid of Jafar, because...
Yes, creepy Jafar.
He's kind of sexy to me, though, but I know, it's strange.
You love a man with power.
Yes. Power. So, he's just all powerful. This guy's powerful. I would say
he's a mean SOB.
Maybe than Regina, but he's super mean, dude. He killed his own chick.
For no reason. He
didn't kill her. He turned her into his staff.
Like,
which was
just
really,
like
that was interesting.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait till
he's way scarier than Rumpelstiltskin.
The Red Queen can grow some balls and stand up to Jafar. So it looks like she's trying
getting there.
To.
She just reversed his spell.
She did reverse his spell.
So
he's gonna find out. Though.
Yeah, when he finds that out.
Holy cow.
That is gonna be big. So we get into the Queen more. You know, she still loves him. We see Jafar is heading to do some drastic measures. So that's going to get ugly. We know Alice and Cyrus are like right here, but there's like a world between them, it seems, you know, so they're getting closer. And so the climax to this story, it's getting there. Like we're there. So
we're almost halfway.
Yeah, it's getting, they're starting to finally, we went through all of that. So now the story's coming together. So
yeah, I'll give this episode probably a C. Actually, most of the season so far, a C. It's interesting only because it's Once Upon a Time to me. But had it have been released probably by itself, just the special effects alone would probably make me turn the channel.
What's up, Disney and these special effects?
Yeah.
We mentioned this with Once Upon a Time, too. They're green screens and things,
Yeah, but Wonderland uses a ton more. Like,
yeah.
All of the scenes.
They got like half the budget.
All green screen. I don't even think they have any sets. They probably, do it in someone's living room and then just throw green screens around it.
I know, right?
That's how bad it is.
It's really bad. They put all the budget in the wardrobe.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
The Red Queen, her dresses are beautiful.
Yeah.
And then, the jewel pieces they use.
Yeah.
They could do something with Alice. I'm sorry, she's so frumpy.
When the clothes horse came a couple episodes back with her little, in the woods outfit, I kind of like that with the leather boots and the vest thing and the little side satchel and the 3 braids. I thought that was cute.
Hate the 3 braids. The 3 dookie braids and the big one down the middle. It's not flattering. It's not feminine. It's just it's not flattering to her
3
face.
braids and like a fishtail in the back. I thought it was cute.
Her brunette. It's just, but,
But
that's why they're making it their own.
And what would you give the episode? Well, I'm not even asking.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a Once Upon a Time in Wonderland fan. I do not care for the show. I think the writing's lame. I think the actors are lame. But it's picking up a little bit. I'll give it that. So hopefully it can end with a bang. It has potential.
Yeah.
This episode kind of, kicked it up a little bit.
Kick it up a notch.
Yeah, but I'd still give it a D.
Ouch.
So yeah. If you're not already watching this show, you're not going to want to just jump into it. You're not going to. Yeah, it's not going to be something that you're going to be interested in at all.
So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Damn, I say that all the time. Episode. And we'll be uploading more videos soon. Please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll be seeing you soon. This is After Thoughts with Marquita.
And Shannon?
No.
Because that one's Shannon.
Yeah. And I'm okay.
You just like my name.
Yes. Bye.